left after you done pay your bills, you save it, right? You don't look at your savings account and you watch the interest rate every day. Nobody watches the interest rate on their savings account every day. They just save whatever is left. So if you understand Bitcoin to be the better money or a better form of saving your money, which not only stores the value that you exchange for the money, but actually grows it, then technical analysis on Bitcoin itself is irrelevant. Because if you're going to treat Bitcoin like that, then you have to treat cash like that. You have to treat gold like that. You have to treat the euro like that. You have to treat real estate like that. If you live in a house, you don't check the value of your home on a daily basis. You don't chart it and look at the fair value gap of your home on a daily basis, even though a home is inferior as a savings tool compared to Bitcoin. You understand? So Bitcoin is money. Bitcoin is not an investment. Bitcoin is not to be traded. Bitcoin is money itself, but the realest form of money. Okay? A lot of people who talk about Bitcoin and who teach about stocks and ETFs and trading don't even understand money. And this goes for all your favorite gurus, right? They don't understand what money itself is. They may know how to make money because everybody knows how to make money. Everybody on here knows how to make it. But we don't understand what it actually is, besides the fact of what we use it for and what we can purchase with it. But we don't know what it's made up of, right? So the same way we use electricity, but we don't really know what it is. We know the use of it, we pay for it, but if somebody asks you to really break it down on a very fundamental level, you just know that it powers your house. That's all a lot of people know, what it does, what I can use it for, but we don't understand what it is. So when it comes to Bitcoin, you would never, or you would not understand what it is until you go back to try to understand what money was designed to be, right? So money is anything that is widely accepted as a payment for final goods and services. The problem is the form of money we have don't even hit finality until months later. That is why somebody can purchase something from you and then file fraudulent charge, and they are able to reverse it because it hasn't really hit finality. You get what I'm saying? So Bitcoin eliminates a lot of shit, a lot of flaws of what we've come to accept as money. Okay? Functions of money is supposed to be a medium of exchange. Cool. Cash is a medium of exchange. It's supposed to store your value. Does the cash you get paid store your value, or does it rob you of your value? So if your cash is not growing in purchasing power, you more or less losing money every time you use that cash. So it hasn't even done its job as a store of value, which means cash is not truly living up to what it's supposed to do as money. Unit of account. Okay, yes. So these are the characteristics of what money is supposed to be. Divisible, portable, acceptable, scarce, durable, and stable. Right? Yes, cash, the dollar is divisible, but it has limits. The dollar could be broken down to a penny. Bitcoin could be broken down to 100 million sats, right? So it's more divisible. Portability. Yes, you can move it, but try moving so much, right? If you're going through the airport, you can only take so much. Acceptable. Yes, it is. It qualifies for that. Scarce, not really. They actually get it ready to print a whole lot more. Durable, not really. Right? They have to spend money making more, right? Fresher units. Some people will, rip it. It gets old, right? So it's not truly durable like that. Is it stable? No, it's not. You get it? So if we look at the characteristics of money, cash doesn't really live up to the characteristics. Gold doesn't live up to the characteristics either. It lives up to some of them, but not all of them. Definitely not real estate, right? So, like I said, folks don't understand what money is. They just want to talk. And that is with no due respect. No due respect. Put on my reading glasses. I can't read. I see you caught that. If you come fooling on here, you're going to get the business. I don't give two fucks. Right? I don't give two fucks. No fucks will be given. Alright? You're getting old when you have to put on the reading glasses. So, durability. This is the qualities, the characteristics of what money is supposed to be. So sometimes I see people jump on my live and I'm talking about something and they be argumentative. I'm like, bro, you don't even know what the fuck you talking about, right? Because if you don't understand what the characteristics of money is supposed to be, how can you argue that Bitcoin is not the better form of money when you don't even understand the basics? You don't understand the foundation. How can you argue that, no, it's not? It's not going to last. Bro, sis, you don't even understand the basics. Shut up. With no due respect, right? Money, durability, portability, divisibility, uniformity, limited supply, and acceptability. Bitcoin checks everything. Bitcoin is the only form of money that was created with the qualities in mind. Gold was not created to be money. We found gold and tried to use it as money because it lived up to majority of the characteristics at that time. This is similar, trying to use, at some point we used to use cowrie shells for cash, right? For money. We used to do barter trading where you have something that I want, then I have something that you want, and then we trade. That used to be the form of money, the form of exchange of goods and services, right? We've come to a point where we're in 2025, we got AI, we are more educated, we are more advanced, we are more smarter, but some of you guys are still stuck in the 1500s. Some of you guys are still stuck on outdated beliefs, right? You still believe in the money of your forefathers. You still believe in cowrie shells. You still believe in coins. You still believe in the government. You still believe in a king. You still believe in biblical fairy tales. It's the same shit, right? When you evolve, when you get smarter, you have to make smarter things that make sense according to the era you are living in. So back in the days, they used to ride on donkeys. Imagine riding a donkey right now. Everybody gonna look at you like you retarded. And you would be riding a donkey from your house to work. Because now we have cars. They are more efficient. They are better. So nobody will argue that using a donkey is better than driving a car for transportation. So in the same manner, Bitcoin is a better, more improved form of money. And whether you agree or not, in due time, cash is going to become the donkey. Bitcoin is going to become the Lambo. Bitcoin is going to become the jet, right? That gets you wherever you're going much faster. So it doesn't matter if you agree. It doesn't matter what you think, right? It's the truth. And the earlier you learn it, the better. Because we're going to be in 2035 and you still going to be riding a donkey to work. Because you didn't do the research. Because you are still believing in the fairy tales of your great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers. And some of them were just idiots of their era. And the fact that you hold your beliefs so strong in a new age is just simply retarded. Okay? Just because somebody came before you doesn't make them smarter. There are a whole bunch of grown people, old people who are old and dumb. And some of you guys just listen to anybody just because, oh, it's my mom, it's my dad, it's my grandma, it's my uncle. They are just idiots who got older, right? There's a bunch of old idiots with gray hairs. Gray hairs don't make you smart. And unfortunately, especially right now, the era we are living in, by the time the young folks of today become old, society is done. There's no hope left. Because the younger people are getting dumber. So when they get older, just imagine, the grandmas are going to be twerking, the grandpas are going to be talking about guns and lean and shit like that. Do you think just because they're getting older, they're going to be smarter? No, they're going to be old idiots. And some of you don't understand those basics. But don't worry, I'm here to help you. All right? So, in 2020, $100 bill, or what $100 could purchase in 2020, can only purchase $76 worth today, which means the government robbed you off of 25% of your energy, your time, your value. 25%. So every year, inflation, the government is robbing you of about 5%, give or take, right? So think about it. If you work a job and you're not getting at least 5 or 6% increase on your salary, you are taking a pay cut every single year. Please type 1 if you're picking up what I'm putting down. If you work a job, you are supposed, just to keep your purchasing power here, you are supposed to get at least 6% increase year over year. Not 2%, not 1%, not this year you're not getting a raise. You have to get at least, just to break even, at least 5 to 6%. Or better yet, 7, 8, 10%. So basically, if you're making 100K in 2020, in 2021, you're supposed to make about 110 to keep up with inflation, to keep up with everything else, right? In 2022, you're supposed to go to 120, 130 something, then 140 something, then 150 something. So if you were making 100K in 2020 and you're still making the same 100K in 2025, technically you are making 75K in 2025. That means you took a pay cut every year. Do you think you hustling forward or you hustling backwards? And you're not supposed to be gaining more with your knowledge and time and experience at the job. Are you not supposed to be more valuable? Like wine. Are you not supposed to get better with time? So how is it that after 5 years, you're still at the same place? Your value has not increased. The people you're working for do not see your value. They're not rewarding you for your time that you are losing. Because remember, you will never buy back, you never get back that time. Even though you're getting smarter, even though you're being more loyal, even though you are spending more time at the same place building somebody else's dream, after 5 years, you took a pay cut. And you're wondering why you can't keep up with your bills. It's not entirely your fault. It's the fault of the system that is designed to steal from you. But they're not going to teach you this. And no matter how much you try, you're not going to keep up unless you go get another job. But now you are putting too much pressure on yourself just to keep up. But there's a new sheriff in town. There's a better form of money in town. There's a real money that was designed to embody all the characteristics of money in town. Where every $100 that you put away in 2020 buys $1,500 of stuff today. That is a 15x increase. That is a 15x appreciation. Type 1 if you're picking up what I'm putting down. You don't invest in Bitcoin. You store your value in Bitcoin so that Bitcoin can grow and put respect on your most valuable asset, which is time. So you don't buy the dip in Bitcoin. You don't time Bitcoin. You store your value in Bitcoin because it's the only thing in our history, the history of humanity, that keeps up with our most valuable asset, which is time. Not only does it match it, it grows it exponentially. So for every $1 you put away in Bitcoin, you get $1,500 or $1,400 back. For every $1 you save in cash, dollars, euros, whatever, real estate, you lose. So you're not investing in it, is what I want you to understand. It's money. So when you get paid, let's say you get paid $100 every month. You pay your bills. You got $20 left. If you save $20 in a savings account, right? Swap that and save that $20 in Bitcoin. That is all you're doing. Bitcoin is what you do after you have worked and gotten paid. So if the system is not going to pay you in Bitcoin, cool. Pay me in dollars, but I'm going to store it in Bitcoin, because not only is it going to hold the value and keep up with inflation, it's going to defecate and shit on inflation's head, diarrhea, all up on the head, straight up. It is not beating it by 2% or 3% or 10%. It's whipping inflation's ass, leaving it in the dark. The problem is a lot of people who own Bitcoin don't understand Bitcoin. A lot of people who given lip service on Bitcoin don't understand it to even talk about it. And they are giving you misinformation. And because you are not taking the time to understand it and do your own research, you listen to any bozo and you start to day trade Bitcoin. The fuck are you doing? Do you day trade your savings account? Do you have a chart of your savings account? Do you buy the dip on your savings account? No, you don't. So this is why I started with what money is. It's a better form of money. That's all it is. Bitcoin was not designed to be an investment. It was designed to be a better form of money. It just happened that because it was designed to be a better form of money, it's living up to what money is supposed to be. To the point where it's growing our time. It's growing our energy. It's growing so well that it's beating the best investments ever created. Meanwhile, it was never even designed to be an investment. So we are starting to approach it as an investment, but that is not the goal. It's supposed to be a peer-to-peer cash system. That is what Satoshi said. Right? But because it's doing its job so well, because it's retaining its value so well, because it's actually going beyond retaining its value and growing the value so well, people don't even want to spend it. So now, you and I are approaching it as it's a store of value. No, it's money. It's supposed to be spent. It's supposed to be used the same way you use cash. Why are you not storing your cash? Why are you okay spending your cash? Because you know that it's not special. The next few months, they're about to cut rates multiple times. That means they're about to print more money. That means they're about to devalue your time and your effort. And because time is so scarce, time is so valuable, you can't make more time. Whenever they print more money, they devalue your time because you're on a fiat system. And so long as you live on a fiat system, it's a rat race. You will never catch up. You on a treadmill, you a rat on a treadmill. You are a rat on a treadmill trying to catch up. And that is why you get attracted by anything that you feel can help you. So now you start dependent on hope. You start dependent on pastors. You start dependent on fake gurus. You start dependent on unrealistic investments, right? Because you need something just to keep up. But you will never keep up. Because it's a dog chasing its tail. It's designed to fuck you up. It's designed to keep you like this. You're getting older. You're not going to have more time. You're not going to be able to keep up with 3 jobs. You're not a kid. You're not getting younger. You are dying. I tell people this all the time. They don't want to hear it. You are dying. You are getting weaker. Doesn't matter how many BBLs you get, how many veneers you put on your teeth. You're getting weaker. That's what life does to you. On the outside, you can pretend you're getting stronger. No, the fuck not. You're getting weaker. Your time, your clock is ticking. You're dying every day. So you need something that is on steroids that will take your time and accelerate the returns. Because your energy can't. Right? It's math. And that math will not work in your favor. The older you get, the weaker you get. And Bitcoin comes in to reward people who've done their homework, to reward people who have realized that this is a rat race that I can't win. It's Tetris. You playing Tetris. Every time you try to go up, boom, they pull you down. No amount of prayers is going to get you up there. I promise you. You're not getting up there. It is designed to pull you down. That is the reason why only a handful of people control so much. Bitcoin is here to level the playing field for everybody globally, not just Americans, not just people in the Western nations, everybody who has life, everybody who values time, everybody who wants to control their own destiny, everybody who realizes that we are on borrowed time and we are living to die. So if the system is fucking you up like that, and every time you work you getting less and less and less, how the fuck are you gonna keep up? Any questions? Any questions? So don't trade it. Don't worry about all that nonsense. Go study it. What you do is be good at something. Learn something. A trade, a skill, provide a service, get paid 9 to 5, take that money, park it in Bitcoin. It buys you 10 years of your time. So basically, if you are making 100K, if you are able to park 100K in Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes up 10x, you are $1 million. That is 10 years of salary. That's actually more, because every 100K you make, the next 5 years or so, you only get in 75K. The next 5 years or so, you get in about 50K, right? Bitcoin gives you back decades by just saving in it, not trading it, not timing it, saving it. So if you are able to sacrifice the next 5 years, the next 10 years, it buys you another 30 years or 40 years that you don't have to live and suffer on the fiat system. You picking up what I'm putting down? Nobody is explaining it to you this way. This is why you sitting there thinking, oh, but it's too expensive, because you don't have the basics together. You don't understand the foundation. You don't understand why it was created. So if you don't understand what is here to solve, how you going to respect it? If you don't value your own time, who the hell is going to value your time? If you're waiting for the government, if you're waiting for somebody to determine what your value is, then you are the problem. You can't blame them. We're in a capitalist country, a capitalist society. You own it upon yourself to learn. Ignorance is no excuse. And in the Bitcoin world, we say you don't trust, verify. So don't trust me. Don't trust me. Go verify if what I'm saying is cap or is real. Don't trust me. I could be making up shit like the rest of the gurus. Man, a lot of the people you follow, they fake as shit. I'm telling you, you have to open your eyes to see. Everybody is trying to leech off of your ignorance. That's the nature of the game. So you think that hotels will want to promote Airbnb? Do you think the taxi industry support Uber? Huh? You think the banks embrace Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is here to make everything they're doing obsolete. Bitcoin is here to open your eyes to realize, hey, you don't need this person. You don't need this person. This person is pretending to help you, but they are actually making you poorer. Do you think they have an incentive to educate you on how they sticking it to you? Nobody does. Nobody is going to do that. Nobody is going to do that. So the same way you don't expect the hotel industry to embrace Airbnb. Airbnb is here to take their shit. The same way you don't expect the traditional rental companies, Enterprise, Hertz, and companies like that to embrace Toro. They're not going to embrace it. You are here to kill them. So they're going to fight you. They're going to create fake news to say, hey, don't do this. Still invest in us because we were here first. It's not who does it first. It's who does it the best. It's who does it properly. So it doesn't matter when you start. If you do the homework and you learn and you execute properly, you will outperform somebody who is just I appreciate you. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter when you start or when you start. Just start and do it properly. You can start and chase shit coins and chase XRP and try to chase, fart coin or whatever, thinking you're going to catch up. You will waste decades because you didn't do it right. But somebody can start years after you. Be focused. Do it the right way. Start saving. You don't need to make 80 figures, 8 figures, 10 figures, 12 figures. Make what you make. Live below your means. Don't try to compete with nobody. Budget. Save in Bitcoin. And watch how you get closer and closer and closer and closer to financial freedom. Buy your time back with the dollars you get from your job by saving it in Bitcoin. It's not complicated at all. You don't need to look at the RSI. You don't need to check how much is dropping. You don't need to understand shit because you don't understand money. You don't understand. You haven't understood money for 40 years, 35 years, 50 years. Your grandparents didn't understand money, but they made it. So in the same way, you ain't even got to understand it. Just saving it. Give it the same respect you gave it to the dollar bill. The same way you've been chasing dollars for 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, and you never took time to know what it is. You didn't question it. Why are you questioning Bitcoin? Why you ain't questioning the euro? Why you ain't questioning the yen? Why you ain't questioning the Swiss francs? Because you don't understand it. You don't care. You just accepted it and you took it without understanding it. Why do you even have to understand Bitcoin to saving it? Give it the same due respect. Saving it, just keep saving in it, and then maybe one day, once you see how it's outperforming anything else, you're going to start to learn it. But even learning it, it's not a requirement. Think about it. If you are 35 years old, 40 years old, 45 years old, 50 years old, and you're broke, if your parents are 70, 80, and they are broke, if your grandparent lived to be 100 and they were broke, they ain't figured the shit out. Whatever they taught you did not work. Whatever advice they gave you did not work for them. Whatever advice your parents gave you did not work for them. So what makes you think it's going to work for you? Your parents have failed. Your grandparents failed. Your great-great-grandparents failed. So maybe try something else. They done it for centuries. And from generation to generation, they getting more broke and more broke and more broke, and they passing on the brokenness. But somebody is hoping that a miracle is going to happen. And this generation, I'm going to be the one changing. No, the fuck not. You're going to be exactly what your grandparents and the people before them were. Nothing is going to change until you change and do something they did not do. You feel me? Like I said earlier, just because they are older, just because they told you something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Old people with gray hairs make mistakes too. But see, they are not bold enough to tell you that I didn't know. They just follow. They following because somebody told them this. And then occasionally you find somebody who plays ball or wins the lottery or is super duper smart who makes it. But the majority of people you know, majority of people you went to school with, majority of your neighbors haven't made it. You get what I'm saying? But there's a solution here. There's a solution here. And we are super duper 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 early. Right? Bitcoin is now represents only 1.7% of global money. We are talking global money. We're not talking domestic. We're not talking American. We're not talking European. We are not talking wherever else. We are talking globally. Fiat currencies, which is all the paper bullshit money. All the shit we've been presented with. All the shit that your grandparents and my grandparents and the great-great-great-great-grandparents, everything they've come to know, represents, controls about 81% of money. Bitcoin is only 1%. But Bitcoin is here to capture the whole thing. You understand? So when people are comparing Bitcoin to XRP, do you know how idiotic you sound? Do you know how naive you sound? Do you know how ridiculous and stupid you sound? Do you know how ignorant you are? The dollar is about a $22 trillion asset. Gold is a $22 trillion asset. Bitcoin is a $2 trillion asset. The Chinese, the yuan, 45. Japanese yen, 8 trillion, right? And then the British pound and all the other shit, British pound, 4 trillion. All the other currencies, the Naira, the CDs, the whatever bullshit currencies around the world, another 14 trillion. And Bitcoin is about 1.7%. But it's coming for the whole thing. That's what you don't understand. It's coming for the derivatives market. It's coming for the real estate market. It's coming for the fiat market. It's coming for gold. It's coming for silver. Do you know how retarded you sound when you're comparing Ethereum to Bitcoin? Do you know how ridiculous you sound when you're comparing XRP to Bitcoin? Bitcoin is money. The realest, hardest form, soundest, most sound form of money ever created. And you here comparing it? That's like comparing the US dollar to Nvidia. You know how retarded you sound? That's like comparing the Chinese yuan to AMD. Do you know how ridiculous you sound? But see, when you don't know better, ignorance is bliss. And you say whatever and you don't even know how stupid you sound. But somebody got to do it. That's why I'm here to do it and teach you or show you or direct you that you have to understand, get the basics. Because once you understand that this is Bitcoin is only 1.7% of global money, and Bitcoin is coming for 50% of all money, and all money put together, including everything we are talking about, a $900 trillion market, probably more. If it gets half of that, if it gets a quarter of that, if it gets 10% of that, that is 90 trillion. Do the math. Is you crazy? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Let me show you something real quick. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you can see the screen, but this is like, I don't know, 6 years ago or whatever. I don't know if you can see the screen. I don't know if you can see the screen. But this is like 6 years ago, right? 6 years ago. Can't see the, yeah, I'll have to like crop it or whatever. Hold on, let me move. Let me move myself. Damn, I'm trying to move. Can't move myself. Okay, whatever. Let me change it. It's too large. It's too large. But give me a second. Too large. Too large. Too large. Too large. Give me 1 second. 1 second. One second. In the meantime, if you have any question, go ahead. Yeah. But anyway, so this is what they will tell you, right? This is what the Dave Ramseys and the old folks will tell you. So they'll tell you mutual funds and whatever the fuck, international stocks, and yeah, get real estate here and mix it with this. And then wait till you die before you find financial freedom. Wait until you are 80 or 90 before you have an equivalent of $500,000. That shit is outdated. And then he had the nerve to say, okay, don't buy Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. Don't buy single stocks. Don't buy bonds. Don't buy REITs. And I say, fuck all that. Buy Bitcoin. Only buy Bitcoin. You know why? Because Bitcoin, statistically, in the last 16 years since it made its debut, has outperformed everything that humanity has ever known when it comes to investment, even though it wasn't designed to be an investment. All these other things are designed to be investments. But the one thing that wasn't designed to be an investment, the one thing that was designed to be the realest form of sound money, has outperformed all the, just think about it. Something that wasn't designed to do something is doing better than the things that were designed to do that thing. Any questions? I think I got like 10 minutes. Any questions? Any questions? Shit got me looking crazy. Any questions? Come on. I got like 10 minutes. Questions. If you don't ask, you're not going to know. It's Orange Pill Hour. When I do consultations, I charge people $1,000 in Bitcoin per hour. $1,000 in Bitcoin per hour. You feel me? So if you have any questions, got about 8 minutes, feel free, ask the question. If you want to hop on the live, I'll send you an invite. Hop on the live, ask your questions. I'm just here to pay it forward. All right? When I do Orange Pill Hour, not here to sell you shit. I'm here to sell you a dream though. But it's the realest dream you will ever wake up to. So if you got a question, tap in, ask your question, send a request. Let me guide you. Let me help you. Yes, 100%. Swan is one of the best out there. Swan, River, Strike, Cash App, Coinbase, Robinhood. It doesn't really matter where you buy it. You can buy it anywhere. What matters is how you store it, right? So where you buy it doesn't matter. There's no such thing as a good place to buy. Bitcoin is Bitcoin, regardless of where you get it. One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. A million sats is a million sats. The dollar amount you pay for it doesn't even matter, because the dollar amount is going down anyway. As I showed you, inflation is eating up the dollars anyway. Absolutely. At first, you want to buy, and then once you buy it, you move it to a cold wallet. Because if you don't own the keys, you don't own nothing. Not your keys, not your crypto. So you buy it wherever you want to buy it.